Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is your host with the most, White Boy 7th Street, and welcome to some Battlefield 1 DLC early gameplay. EA flew me out to San Francisco. We got to play the DLC early for about 8 hours, so thank you to EA for hooking it up and sponsoring this video. And I just want to do a grand review of all of the DLC. I've seen a lot of YouTubers uploading individual things like the new elite class or this new tank. We already saw some gameplay here on my channel, but this is the rarest skin for it. It's a French tank and they kind of have a French flag skin, so I thought that was incredibly sick. We have a few clips of front lines, a new game type that I like a lot, and the new operation as well. So we're going over pretty much everything in this video. We're playing with a lot of big YouTubers. I can't believe I hit some of that. That first bayonet was absolutely insane. Jehovah was there. I always like talking to Jehovah. We got to talk to Drifter, hang out, have some drinks late night, and it was amazing. And it was just a great time. A lot of people are giving me respect for the success of the top plays, and a lot of people are killing it in the Battlefield community. So it was a really fun trip for me personally, and I just want to give you guys an idea that I think is a great idea. I was talking to a few people, and I got to give a shout out to a really good guy, Iggy Gone Crazy, because we were talking about this idea, and I just feel like it would be so great for the Battlefield series, because right now you only have multiplayer to play. Yes, you can play the single player, but I only play single players once, maybe twice a year later, and then maybe a third time like 4 years later. So I'm not super big into single player, and I think Battlefield is lacking another thing. It just got multiplayer really and single player, but they need something more. Call of Duty has zombies. Now I mentioned that that kill was crazy. I mentioned that on Twitter if Battlefield should have zombies, and a lot of people, hardcore Battlefield fans, immediately neglected and rejected that statement. They didn't want, oh, this new map is so sick. Like, look at it burn in the back. The intro for like the operations is like 50,000 shells in a span of like 9 hours just destroyed this forest. And this operation actually progresses in like a Z shape instead of like a front line, and I like that a lot. And this opening fight right here, there's like literally this front line where it's this little mound and the enemies spawn back in the forest, and the first time they could not break our defenses, and then we just went straight through the defenses when they flipped the table. So I like playing with the press. And anyways, so I think Battlefield needs something else, and I think zombies would be cool. I really like the opening campaign mission in Battlefield 1 single player, where you die over and over, where the Germans are surrounding you. This LMG is really cool. I think it's going to be one of the best for a little bit more slower players. We're playing a game of war pigeons on the new map, Shashon, something like that. I don't know. I can't ever say foreign names, but we're gonna go on a nasty tear here. So enjoy the gameplay, and I got a lot to talk about because I think this idea is really good, and it's something that Battlefield needs, because there's nothing else but multiplayer, like I said. So what if they had a battle royale, king of the kill, one man survives, free for all, crazy? Oh, look at this perfectly placed. Look, I destroy the pigeon and get the kill. Oh, that was really good limpet charge. But what if they had a game type like that? Because H1Z1 promised that it would be on PlayStation. I thought it was going to be a PlayStation exclusive at one time. And what, 2-3 years later, it's still not on PlayStation. And this is something that the console needs. They need a game type like this. It's so popular on PC, and I think it would be huge on Battlefield 1. I think they should do it. I think they should make a game type where one person wins, 64 enter, 40 people enter, and you see it with this new elite class. They have boxes that they can place weapons in. They already have a lot of assets in the game already. They have the parachute feature. They have huge maps. The maps are massive on Battlefield. This would work so good, and man, I think it would be perfect. Like they might have to design a map around this game type if they do it, but I think they could fit it on one of the base maps just to test it out. And a custom game type would be so fun because we have a lot of fun playing King of the Kill. If you guys are on PC, you know what I'm talking about. We have a lot of fun playing these survival games. It gives you this level of adrenaline that you just don't get in video games. It's like round 8, search and destroy, overtime for $10,000 on the line. It's a 1v1. It's like that when you get down to the end. And I just think it'll be so good on console because it's lacking in Battlefield. I love the combat. Maybe they would have to limit it to certain guns, but the guns are clunky enough that the combat would be slow and it would be fast games. It would be super fast games. I feel like because the map isn't as big. I mean, they got large maps on Battlefield, but not like H1Z1 map. But I feel like the games would be fast, quick, and just so fun. And they could do teams of 5 easy. They have the Russians versus the Germans versus the Americans, like versus the French. How cool would that be? I think they have a lot of the assets already in the game, and it wouldn't be too hard. I would guess that if there was access to mods, like multiplayer mods, I'm not sure how that worked in Battlefield 4 because I wasn't super big into the community, so maybe someone can let me know in the comments down below. But if they give you access to modding Battlefield 1, this could be a big possibility, but that's only got to be probably on PC. And my big thing is I want it to go to console because there's a huge market. I think Battlefield would like double their numbers almost. All the people, if you're saying all the people who want H1Z1 on console, that's a huge market. And if it's on Battlefield 1, they put Battlefield on sale and they have like something special around. This would be a sick game type, and the YouTuber competitions would be so great. Oh, I'm just thinking big things for this, guys. If you don't know how King of the Kill works or Battle Royale, you start with 64 players. It's a massive free-for-all. Everybody for themselves. And the play area slowly gets restricted, smaller and smaller and smaller. And if you're outside the play area, you die. You take a lot of damage. Eventually, the damage is too much and you can't take any more and you die. So it forces all these people into these close battles, and like crossing the street at the end of the game is like so risky because there might be 5 people in this like little courtyard and you have to move or the zone's got to kill you. So it's really, really cool game type, and I think Battlefield needs something else, like an infected mode, a zombies mode. This mode would kill it, and there's a huge opportunity. Battlefield has been listening to the community, so please let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like on this video if you want to see this incredible game type come to Battlefield. I mean, the game's already called Battlefield. It's called Battle Royale or Battlegrounds now. You could easily fit some Battlefield. Oh, I'm just thinking of big things. So they're listening to the community, and this is what we need. This is what we need. We need something else in Battlefield because the DLC's coming out, and that's great. I think that's got to revitalize a lot of people's love for Battlefield. I've kind of haven't been playing that much this entire last month. I've been really busy with the top plays and whatnot, but I really am looking forward to this DLC and playing it with the public. It's coming out tomorrow, so we got early access thanks to EA, so that was really cool. And Battlefield CTE, the community test environment, they showed a lot of the maps already, so I don't know how I felt about that, but wow, let me know what you guys think. I think it's such a good idea. Like, imagine the behemoth blimp is coming in, starting the game over one of these maps, and it gets shot down by an AA gun, and you have to jump off the behemoth. It's still moving forward a little bit, so you can have different opportunities. So, you know, maybe I want to jump to the south, maybe I want to go a little bit to the north. Right here, I didn't shoot, and I'm going to pull off a nice flank. I just remember from watching this gameplay that it was a pretty nice flank, and it's just so cool to play with all these people in a big session like this. We're all in the room, we're all yelling. I'm going, woo! Like when I killed Russian Badger with that bayonet charge, I was going, woo! Let everybody know. Like I was trying to hit a jumping bayonet charge for so long. Anyways, so the behemoth is crashing. You have to bail out of the behemoth and find a place where you want to land. Pull your parachute, land, and then you see, you know, oh, there's a lot of paratroopers nearby. It's like storming Normandy right now. There's people all over the streets running into the buildings, looting guns. Now, I don't think it would be as complex. There's not a lot of weapon customization in this game, Battlefield 1, but you can probably find a scope attachment to, you know, make your single-shot rifles a lot more effective at a distance and basically a sniper rifle. And they have these, for their new elite class, they have this small box on the ground where you can just like loot it. And there's always dead bodies with guns where you can loot those too. So I'm sure that there's a way to implement guns in the game. You probably got to start off with only a knife or a shovel or something, like a paratrooper kit, like one of those shovels that you dig a trench, that you can also use that shovel as like an axe and as a screwdriver and all that stuff. And you just you loot up these weapons, and you know, it's big fish eat little fish almost, where you try to take other people's gear, kill them. You take one of their assault rifles, the other one had a scope, so you put the assault rifle with the scope on top of it, and now the zone has been started, and they have the gas already. They have gas in Battlefield 1, so the gas comes in from the outer edges of the map, forcing players closer. Maybe into a big field like this where there is no cover, or maybe into a city where every single corner you have to check it. So, you know, your gun with the scope would be good, I think, in a situation like this. And maybe you can have two guns with a secondary, a nice pistol. The pistols are sick in this game. And just how I would love that combat. And here's another thing that they already have in Battlefield that is good for this game type, which means it's less work for the people at DICE. I feel like one person could work on this and make it a reality and a huge success. Like Zombies in Call of Duty was just a test. It was just a little experiment, and then it blew up. I think this could be the same thing. So look how fast we're running with this elite class. That's one of the things I wanted to show off with it, is like the mobility. I think I can run faster than a horse. Like, this guy has no chance. But bam! So I think they have bandages in Battlefield. I know they have bandages in Battlefield 1. They have those stationary med kits. They have the revive thing, which I don't know how that would work, but you can go around the map and, you know, find bandages, because you're gonna need to heal up in Battle Royale. If you take a shot, like in this scenario that I was talking about, you kill these two people, but they got a few shots on you, you're down to 40% health, and it's looking kind of dangerous for you. So you find, you know, you're scavenging, you get into the city, you find this nice house, hasn't been touched yet, and you got some bandages, you throw them down, and you heal yourself. I think that would be fantastic. They already have a wide variety of grenades that you could probably pick up on the map to make it a little bit diverse. I mean, the combat system in Battlefield is really, really good, and they have vehicles in case there's vehicle aspects in H1Z1 and Battle Royale. They already got the vehicles. Maybe they would have to take the LMGs off the back of the cars and the turrets off the tanks or something. Maybe no tanks, but you know what I'm saying. They would have to do something like that and adjust it. Maybe just the motorcycles, and you're very vulnerable in the cars. But I think they have the medic supplies already, and well, it can't be that easy to heal. These games are going to be fast, I think, because Battlefield maps aren't super big. They're pretty big, but not like incredibly huge. So it'll be so cool. Man, I think this is a great idea. So in this situation, you're in your house, you're healing up, you're in the second story of the house, and you notice that there's someone running into the field barely on the edge of the gas. They're running into the city. They don't know you're there. You pull out your big gun with the scope on it. You take him out, and then you see his body drop some loot. Now, I don't know how the looting system on bodies would work. That might be a little complicated. How they do it in H1Z1, I think it's pretty easy. They just drop whatever you have on your body, and they they basically just have a little crate next to it. So maybe Battlefield can do that. I don't know how looting bodies would exactly work. So there's some things and challenges with developing this game type, I think, in the Battlefield engine. Obviously, a game that's meant to be 64 player free-for-all is got to be a little bit more equipped for stuff like that than Battlefield, but you still drop your gun and some of the aspects of your kit when you die in this game. And I love this combo of placing down a smoke grenade and then trying to heal, even though I think that's gonna end up getting me killed. And I wanted to test out how good this pistol was. I guess it's not super great at long distance like that, but this elite class is so fun. I can't wait to get my hands and play a little bit more. Everyone was trying to get the elite class, so this is my second time getting it. One time Drifter actually killed me. I got it and ran out the front door in like there was like 8 enemies right there, and Drifter ended up killing me and giving me a little shit for it. So I had a lot of fun talking to Drifter, One Cheesy Mo Ho, Jehovah. There was the last night. Stone Mountain hit 1 million subscribers. I added Doom 49 to the very exclusive rare sub box, and his channel has been doing really good. A lot of people in the Battlefield community are really good people, and they've been killing it, and I'm so glad that I switched over to Battlefield, and I hope you guys can respect my thoughts and opinions. I know I am a Call of Duty player migrating, and I understand the hardcoreness of Battlefield 1 and the Battlefield franchise, and some people don't want zombies. They don't want anything like that to change. I just rushed this guy, but I got so low. I try to smoke up, and then Muggs comes and kills me. Muggs is a good person too. He won a challenge of he won a championship in Battlefield 1, so I'm very proud of him. He beat me, and you know, I'm the only other champion. So me and Muggs, I think it's something in the Chicago water, but I think this is a great game idea. Let me know in the comments down below if you would play it. I think it would sell a lot more copies, open up a large demographic of players who have been thirsting for a game type like Battle Royale, like H1Z1, that hasn't been delivered on, and Battlefield is here now, and I think it's just a few little tweaks in the multiplayer engine, a few lines to the code, and this could happen. I think this could honestly happen, and if it does, Battlefield is going to change the game, and we see Battlefield 4 progress so much from launch to where it is now. I'm excited to see where Battlefield 1 takes it. Hopefully they listen to the community. Hopefully the community likes this idea. I don't know if you're watching 18 minutes in over a black screen, but leave a like and let me know if you think this is a good idea. Bye bye.